Gordon Van Welie, President and CEO, ISO New England. I'd say my parents, and in particular my mother, growing up, they gave me strong encouragement to work hard and strive for academic success, and I think that impetus carried over into other aspects of my life, my sporting involvement, and then ultimately my work career when I started work. So South Africans like to think of themselves as the rainbow nation because of the cultural melting pot and the diversity in the country, and then the struggle to build a nation out of that diversity. I was very proud to become a US citizen in 2008, and my experiences growing up in South Africa as well as an immigrant to this country have taught me to be very respectful of diversity and different points of view. And the other thing I've learned along the way is that the most robust solutions are those that are formed out of a collaborative, participative process. I think that stood me in good stead throughout my career, which really started in South Africa with the local utility there. I had a stint in England working for Westinghouse Systems, then came to the US working for a company called Siemens, which is a large German multinational. And I ran a division for them in Minneapolis, but I had a boss back in Germany, in Nuremberg, and another boss in Raleigh, North Carolina. So lots of exposure to cultural diversity, but also business diversity, international diversity. And then coming here to New England, where the ISO serves a 6-state region, 14 million residents and consumers of electricity, 6 governors, many hundreds of state officials across the 6 states, some 500 market participants, and then I report to a board of 9 independent directors. So lots of diversity of opinion and points of view on the difficult challenges that we face. And I think my experiences have really sort of given me a lot of insight into that very wise British saying, keep calm and carry on. I would say energy efficiency. So New Englanders have always been focused on energy efficiency because this has been a high cost region. Energy has always been expensive here, and that lends itself towards energy efficiency. But the past decade or so, the 6 New England states have been investing more than $1 billion a year in energy efficiency measures, and we can really see that paying off. When I first arrived, energy growth was around 2 to 3% per year, and when we look at our long-range forecast, it's now flat or declining. I think the next attribute that sort of surfaces when you think about New England consumers is a drive towards decarbonization of the economy and the power system. And in the long run, I think we'll see electricity demand come up again because we'll be using the clean power system as a fuel source for the transportation and heating sectors. Well, I think they keep calm and they carry on under pressure. So I'm immensely proud of the work that they do. When I look back over the past 20 years, I'm amazed to see what we've accomplished. And people have done this working under extreme deadlines, under a lot of scrutiny, and they've always come up with robust and innovative solutions, and I'm really proud of them. They're a great team. When policymakers decided to restructure the industry, they were looking to push the investment risk away from consumers towards investors in electric production capability, but also to harness the power of markets to wring efficiencies out of the system. If I look back over the last 20 years, I think that's largely been achieved, but we're facing a big new challenge, which is that in this region, but it's I think true elsewhere as well, policymakers are seeking other goals. In New England, it is to decarbonize the power system and decarbonize the economy. The problem is that it's not yet politically feasible to do this through a market-friendly mechanism such as putting a price on carbon. And so instead, what states are doing is choosing to use long-term power purchase agreements to get the renewable resources built. And the problem with that is that it creates a distortion in the pricing in the wholesale markets. And so that leaves us with a problem of how to ensure that we still get the appropriate price formation in our market, which really means are the prices being set by unsubsidized resources. It's a thorny problem. We've been talking to our stakeholders about this for the past year, and our federal regulator, the FERC, agrees with us that it's one of the biggest challenges facing not only our region, but a number of regions outside of New England as well. Well, I think about it in terms of our business priorities. So in the next 24 months, we'll be focused on this issue of price formation in our markets. How do we achieve the right balance point between pricing in the markets and accommodating what the states want to do with regard to public policy? The second issue we'll be facing is this issue of fuel security. So the New England region is quite constrained in terms of fuel supply, particularly in the winter. It's hard to get enough gas into the region to supply all the gas generators. We've also been working on price formation in the energy markets, and then looking a little longer term, we're very conscious of the fact that distributed resources are the next big thing. And so all of these challenges require not only investments in market design, but in all the underlying technology that we use to operate the system and to administer the wholesale markets.